Now today I'm going to be making up some couscous. Now this is a really delicious couscous. It's healthy and it's just so easy to do. So you must give this a go. Now it's perfect if you want to serve it with meat, an alternative to rice, or if you want it for your picnic or your barbecue, or you can just have it for lunch at work. You know, it's really tasty. Keep it in the fridge, take some with you, and it's fresh and it's delicious. So give it a go. So for making up this couscous, I've got all the ingredients laid out. Now the only ones you really need to sort of mix the right amount is things like your couscous and the boiling water, and to get your spices right, because if you get those right, the rest of it you can mix and match the quantities you want to use. Now to go through the spices, I'm going to be using teaspoon measurements. Now teaspoon's the one used for putting your sugar in your cups of tea. Now what I'm going to use is 1 teaspoon of the following: ground cumin, ground coriander, ground black pepper and turmeric. So 1 teaspoon of those 4. Then we're going to use half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and half a teaspoon of, you know, salt. So that's your sort of spice mix. That's going to flavour out really nice. Now what we've got is the couscous. I'm going to use 170 grams of couscous. And we're going to use about 300 millilitres of boiling water. Now I've put the water there, mine's not boiling, but it just shows you the quantity. So I'm going to, you know, tip mine out of the kettle, 300 millilitres of boiling water. Now for the rest of the ingredients, I've got some raisins. I've got 50 grams of that, 100 grams of pomegranate seeds, 70 grams of flaked almonds. Now with the almonds, you want to put them on a baking tray, just cook them in the oven, get them a little bit brown. It just brings out the flavour, but do keep an eye on them, otherwise they'll burn. Now I've got a can of chickpeas, so roughly about 250 grams of chickpeas. Now what you want to do with the chickpeas is tip them into a sieve, rinse them under cold water to get rid of all the salt. So rinse them and there you go, can of chickpeas, add it in the mix. Now vegetable wise, some of these we're going to roast. The ones we're going to roast is a courgette. I've got a small courgette, a zucchini. And what you want to do is chop that up, leave the skin on. Also 1 red onion. This is a smallish red onion, so peel that, chop it down. And then we've got 1 red bell pepper. So put that in a baking tray, all chopped up. Put some olive oil over the top, you know, just enough to sort of get everything coated, and a little bit of salt. And you just roast those up in the oven for about 20 minutes. Now the rest of the vegetables, I've got some carrots, 3 or 4 carrots, good size, and what you want to do is grate those. A couple of cloves of garlic, peel those, and you really want to crush them or grate them, whatever you can, to, you know, sort of medium-sized garlics. Now I've got 1 lemon there. What we're going to do is juice some of that, get some of the juice out. I'd probably say you want about 5 or 6 teaspoons of the juice of the lemon. Obviously, you know, it's the sort of thing you can adjust to how you want. Then we've got some herbs. Now I've got fresh coriander, so that's cilantro, and then we've got some parsley. A good bunch of equal amounts of those. And then what we've got is some fresh mint. I've probably got about half the amount of mint to, you know, the sort of parsley and the cilantro. So there's all the ingredients, nice and simple. Now what I'm going to start off by is to roast up the onions, the bell pepper and the courgettes with the olive oil and salt. So let's get it all prepared, turn the oven on, get it cooking. Now I've got it all prepared, I've got my oven on. Now let's start off with these vegetables that we're going to start roasting. So just put the zucchini, the courgettes in there. Got the red pepper, no seeds, and we've got the onion. I'm using a red onion. Spread those out a little bit, and what we can do is put some olive oil over the top. So you want a good glug of that. I mean, if you want a quantity, I'd say 5 or 6 teaspoons of that, really, enough to cover it all. And don't forget, it's all going to go in the mix, and it's going to add a little bit to the flavour anyway. And you do need to season this like that. Now that can go straight in the oven, get it roasting for about 20 minutes. So just going to pop that in the oven, give it a quick shake before you pop it in, just to get everything sort of mixed up. That's it, a preheated oven. Now I'm going to cook mine for about 20 minutes. temperature wise, I've got mine on 200 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 6. Keep an eye on it, really, you just want it until it's, you know, nicely cooked and we can take it out, and that's one of the things ready to go in this couscous. So set your timer, 20 minutes. So now we've got the vegetables roasting in the background, we might as well get on with the rest of it. Now I've got the garlic, it's been crushed, put all those spices in there, and we can put the raisins in, the couscous in there, might as well put lemon juice. Now in the end, I used about half a lemon, but we can always adjust it at the end. So squeezed out half a lemon. Now I'm just going to put a little crack of salt in there. And I've got me boiling water. So just come out the kettle. Just pour that in there like that. Give it a little mix. And also, just going to put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit extra olive oil, because it actually gives it a nice flavour, and it's going to be absorbed by the couscous. That's it, lovely. Oh, lovely, lovely. Now what I'm going to do is put a little bit of cellophane over the top, and we just leave that for about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And by then, the vegetables should be all nice and roasted, so lovely. Now I left the couscous for just over 10 minutes, so I'm just going to take that cellophane off. Lovely. Now what we can use is a fork and just mix that around. Look at that, beautiful couscous. Now what we can do to that is add the rest of the ingredients. Now we're going to add all that lovely carrot. I mean, you can add less if you want, but I find carrot goes really well. Nice moisture, it's a good flavour, it's healthy. And also we've got the herbs, so just add in the 3 herbs. The mint, the parsley, the coriander. Might as well put the chickpeas in there as well. Then we've got the pomegranate seeds. Oh, it's looking good. Now I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix around, and then what we're doing is waiting for the vegetables to come out of the oven, so we're going to add those in the mix. And we've also got those almonds, so I'm going to toast those. Now I've got a baking tray there, I might as well just pop the almonds on top and that, spread them around. Now what you want to do is, obviously, you know, just pop them in the oven. They're not going to take very long, so don't go out and start watching telly. Just keep an eye on these almonds, because they will burn. If you take your eye off the ball, they're going to burn. So pop those in the oven and get them nice and golden brown. Now with the flaked almonds, I've been cooking mine for just slightly less than 5 minutes. You smell them, they're absolutely delicious. Look at that. Lovely golden brown colour. Don't overcook them, because 1 minute later they can start to burn. So take those out, let them cool down, and we're going to pop them in the mix. Now with the couscous, I've got the mixture there, and we've also got those roasted vegetables. Now I am just going to scrape those in there with any oil, because the oil has got a wonderful flavour. So get that in there as well. Oh, beautiful. Lovely. Now we've got the almonds, the toasted almonds. They've cooled down slightly, so I think we can pour those in. Look at that. Now what I'm going to do is just very gently mix everything around. Mix this around, and then we're just going to finish dressing it, and it will be delish. Now let's just dress this up, finish it off. First thing you want to do is try it. So grab yourself a spoonful, see how it is, and taste it. Oh, that's lovely. Got the herbs, the couscous, It's fresh. A bit of the roasted vegetables, lovely. Obviously this is the time to adjust things how you want. Now for me personally, I do want a little bit more lemon, so I'm gonna just squeeze a little bit more in there. Keep it nice and fresh. And also, I did keep some of the herbs behind. You know, a mixture of the three of them, so pop those on top. And I did keep aside some of those almonds, because you need to dress it up, you know, make it look good. Oh, let's put them all on there. And we've got the pomegranate seeds, look at those. Oh, it's lovely. Look at that, looks amazing. Last bit of herb, little squeeze of lemon. Take that seed out. And just a tiny little crunk of salt. Now let's just try that and see how it is. Dig deep. Let's see how it is. Oh, that is gorgeous. Do you know, if you serve that in your barbecue, or you took it to your picnic, or you just wanted it every day for your dinner, it's wonderful. Keep it in the fridge and it's just absolutely beautiful. It goes so well with meat, it's really healthy, and enjoy. Thanks for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to ring the bell and subscribe. I love the comments. I do read as many of those as I can, but thanks again for watching my videos, and I'll see you again soon. The original Naked Chef.